Oh shit. Hi. Hi, it's your girl, Dezzi Pixels, and I help artists find clients and build businesses online. How's it going this week? I hope it's going awesome. I hope you're not melting in the 1,000-degree weather like I am right now. I swear, summer is the worst season. I don't care. Fight me. Anyways, in today's video, we are going to talk about how to stop procrastinating and build momentum as an artist. I wanted to do this topic this week because this has always been something that I've struggled with ever since I was honestly in elementary school. I've always had an issue with procrastinating because anytime I have something that I actually wanted to do, I won't even say actually wanted to do. Anytime I had something fun to do, my brain was like, I need to do the thing. I need to do the thing. I need to do the thing. To the point that even now, I'll get home from work, rush all the way back because there's like, a game I really want to play, or there is a show I really want to watch, or I need to fight the 1,005th mob, boar, or whatever in some MMO that you probably haven't heard of. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little loud. But yeah, so I've always struggled with balancing doing the things I want with doing the productive things that I need to do. And sometimes, let's be real, you just don't want to do the productive thing and you rather do anything else. So why wouldn't you want to do something fun? So I'm gonna give you 5 tips on how to stop that procrastination, build momentum, and just how to manage your time as an artist. Alright, so the first tip for not procrastinating and, generally being terrible is you want to write everything down. Let me repeat that. You want to write everything down. Now, some of you, you're like, well, duh, I do that anyway. It's called a schedule. But, especially for artists, I know some of you are probably like me, and you're like, I can remember all the things I have to do. It's only 18 things I gotta remember by next week. And so, you spend that whole time, for you people who like to keep that all in your head, you spend that whole time having to constantly check with yourself, like, did I do that thing? Oh shoot, am I forgetting something? Wait, I was supposed to do what, which day? And you might end up remembering to do everything, and everything might get done, but tell me if this sounds familiar to you. During that time, you're stressed, you want to pull your hair out, and you're just so mentally tired from juggling all that you kind of just want to die. So, a good way to combat that, write everything down. Everything that you need to get done, write it somewhere and put it someplace you can look at every day. You'll be surprised just how much mental room you get when you just have everything that you need to do written somewhere externally that you don't have to spend energy keeping in your head. You'll feel better, you'll feel more prepared to tackle your projects, and you would just feel like you have more of a plan than you did before. Now, for the next tip. After you write everything down, now make a schedule. Now, again, you might be like, well, duh, make a schedule. Is this all this video is telling me to write stuff down? I mean, yes, but I'm gonna give you more mental frameworks behind it. So, when I say make a schedule, I like to schedule my schedule in a block sort of format. So let's say I have an illustration that I need finished by a certain week. I'll look and see how many weeks I have between now and then, and I will fit in all the places that I know I have time, certain time slots to work on the work. And instead of me just aiming for a general amount of time, I'll say this day I'm getting 3 hours of the line drawing done. The next day I'm getting another 3 hours of the line drawing. I'm getting another 3 hours of the line drawing done. Now, if it's not done by the time those 6 hours are done, you didn't spend your time right. Because again, like I said in our previous videos, this is a business. You're operating a business. one of the main things you gotta do is make sure that you're being productive and you're moving the project forward. Having your schedule structured in a way that you give yourself plenty of pockets of time to work on your work lets you constantly be thinking about your work, lets you touch it a little bit every day, and lets you steadily make progress. Because as you get more clients and as you have to deal with more people, you'll have to spend more time showing in progresses to your clients. You'll have to spend more time working with them for changes and walking through how they feel. And if you already are a good amount of the ways through the idea, it's a lot easier to adjust, develop kind of concept that you're working on, rather than procrastinating to the last day and wondering why, again, you wanted to pull your hair out and you just feel stressed and tired and mad and everything shit. Now, for the next tip is to have a quitting time. Now, working on art is fun. You probably like what you're doing if you decided not to become a banker with steady income to do art and draw pictures or make pretty models all day. So the issue you get with that is, since you like your work and you probably get lost in it when you're working on it, you'll probably have a tendency to work long past the time that you want to, or you scheduled to. Now, this is good in the short term because you're like, yeah, I've got more of my project done. This is cool. I'm moving right along. And then a lot of times that's good. When you have the time, if you can do that, you should. However, having a designated quitting time lets you have a time where when you stop working, you can feel less guilty for yourself. Because I know me, what will happen is I'll know I would have spent a lot of my time working on a project to the point that I've neglected friends and family. However, whenever I stop working, I feel so unproductive and that I should be doing something else that it becomes a big issue. What having a quitting time does is, no matter what, once you hit that quitting time, just like a regular job, if there's other things in your life you want to do, you have a guilt-free time to do that. Now, if you're going to have a quitting time, you need to make sure you have your start time. And even if you don't work that whole time, this start time is a lot more important for just sitting you down at your workstation. Because so much of the energy and the mental load that comes from procrastinating and having to work on something is just sitting down to start it. So if you have a start time where you sit down, open up your project files, even if you stare at them the whole time you're supposed to be working, it'll be a lot better and you're a lot more likely to actually scribble some stuff down and actually get to work. Now, tip 4. Manage your friends and family around you. Now, what's inevitably going to happen as you progress in your career, you'll get more and more projects, and more of your time will be snatched away by doing those. And if you have friends and family, they will probably wonder where you are and want to see their friend / daughter / son / sibling / significant other and whatnot. And what happens is, you'll get to the point where you most likely are just pushing them off, like, I'm sorry I have to work, I'm sorry I have to do this, I'm sorry, to the point that you'll almost get resentful anytime someone asks you to do something, because you want to hang out, you want to see them, but you got 1,000 things you need to finish, and that secret productive brain in the back of your head is just like, no, productive. You want to eat this month, right? You want to be the best artist in the world, right? The best artist in the world would tell their friends to go F themselves and work right now. That's not a good way to handle friendships and relationships. There's better ways to go about it. And here's a better way. Manage your friends and family. Now, when I say that, I don't mean dictate to them like they're children. I mean, if someone wants to hang out with you and wants to spend valuable time with you, if you're busy at the moment, if you can't, let them know. And if you can, let them know why. But here's the key. You should know your schedule if you did the other parts of what we talked about today. Look at your schedule, and you should have time after your quitting time where you can fit in friends and family. So counter instead when they ask Rather than just declining outright, saying I don't know when I can see you, I'm sorry, and having it left unresolved, if that person is important to you, find time to fit them into your schedule. Your mental health will appreciate it because you will actually have some human interaction that's not at your workstation, and they'll appreciate it because they probably missed you and wonder where you've been the last couple months when you were working on some project that they don't understand about goldfish. And now for the last tip. The last tip for to stop procrastinating and build momentum is to have a designated time where you revise your strategy and plan. This to me is the most important tip out of all of these, because no matter what system you devise or what promises you make to yourself, there are inevitably going to be snags that you don't foresee, stuff that gets in your way, and life that happens that throws it all out of whack. And you're not going to know all of that when you're making your schedule, when you're making your strategies and plans. So have a time once a month after you see how your schedule goes and how your month actually plays out. Take notes of the things that you didn't see coming that came out of nowhere. Note when they happened and how they occurred, and then tool your schedule around that. If you know you tend to have to stop what you're doing at 2 o'clock in the afternoon because you need to take phone calls or you need to run and do grocery shopping, build that into your schedule. Because the more accurate and flexible your schedule is to your actual life and what you're actually doing, the more likely you are to stick with it. The worst thing you can do is to make an unrealistic schedule and plan for yourself that you're gonna follow for a week or so, hate it, stop, feel bad that you stopped the plan, and just lose all the momentum you built up from being consistent and on time. And this is really what all these productivity tips in goal really is to do for you. Is to build consistency so that your brain knows when it has to work. So your brain can build the routines of being productive. And that's why I say work on your projects multiple times during the week. Keep it in your head. You want to live in your work, but you also want that work to mesh with the rest of your life. The more you can stay immersed in just that I'm a creative professional that always has to do this, the more you will not be so upset when your friends want to interrupt your schedule. The more you won't feel as overwhelmed when you start getting multiple projects in at one time. Having all these systems in place is it's just meant to help you straighten yourself out, be consistent, and hopefully run a smoother business and art practice. And with that, we've come to the end. Thanks for staying here while I sweat profusely in front of you and tell you how to do a whole bunch of things that I still struggle to do because, practice what you preach, right? But anyways, thank you all for joining me this week. I hope you stay safe and you stay awesome. So, this has been your girl, Dezzi Pixels, and I'm out, bitches. I'll see y'all next week. Be safe and have a good one. Bye!